This is a boa constrictor, one of our favorite snakes.
They eat birds and mammals by wrapping themselves around them and constricting.
This is one snake you don't want to hug from.
Welcome to
Steve Irwins Wildlife Warriors.
Coming up.
Then as that crab pot has spun behind the turtle, it's become tighter and tighter.
Big turtle rescue. Green sea turtles in desperate need.
Robert, jump on in.
Work experience like no other. Robert feeds the freshies.
And I'm just going to keep my hand on you just in case we need to really move.
He or she is a venomous snake.
And big trouble for a little snake.
There's a puncture that's gone straight through the muscles, and underneath the muscles in this area is the esophagus and the heart.
Australian coastal waters are teeming with marine life. However, sharing these waters with recreational boaters increasingly places these creatures at risk. The Australia Zoo Rescue Unit has been called to assist a large green sea turtle that is entrapped in the lines of a crab pot.
So what's happened is the turtle's swum along, it's hit the float line, and then it's concertinaed over the base of its flipper. And then as that crab pot has spun behind the turtle, it's become tighter and tighter. And that's what this great big knot is. And you can see by the white coloration of the flipper here, it's basically, the flipper has died. You can see bone actually starting to protrude out of the rotten flipper. So it's pretty important now that we cut this rope off.
This knife has been designed especially for this type of emergency.
It's nice and smooth on the top there. You can't create any injury to the animal, but it's quite sharp on the inside, so Kate will be able to hook around and pull that out.
Ready?
Yep. Great.
This turtle may have been suffering for months as the line gradually strangled the life from its flipper.
It's so tight.
Can you go underneath? Yep. Good work.
With the flipper as good as dead, it's likely the team will amputate back at the hospital. The turtle has suffered a lot and is weak and malnourished. Hopefully help hasn't arrived too late. Meanwhile, a second green sea turtle is arriving at the wildlife hospital. Sam is being treated after being hit by a boat. He was a floater, meaning he was unable to dive and search for food.
So when sea turtles come in as floaters, it can be quite challenging to treat them because sometimes they've been floating for quite a long time, so they present to us quite emaciated and very sick. What causes the floating can be different things, but here in our area, it's mainly a parasite. It's called a fluke, and what it does is it gets into the intestines and really damages it and makes it all thickened. So then it builds up gas, and the turtle is all unbalanced in its guts, and that's why they're floating.
Sam weighs 150 kilos, but should weigh more. Dr. Claude hopes the space of the rehab pool, as well as medication, will get him back to a healthy weight. Clearly, Sam is still struggling to swim properly. The medication should see him deep diving in no time.
All right, well, that's it. High five.
Back at the wildlife hospital, the rescue crew has returned with the crab pot victim. Now named Carol, the vets prep her for surgery. The only choice is to amputate the dead flipper.
My dad loved reptiles, and so do I.
This is a freshwater snake, or a keelback, and he was just in our camp. They're completely harmless, they've got no venom, they're frog eaters. And in actual fact, this is the only species of snake in Australia that can... Or maybe they do bite.
Robert, like father, like son, is quite fearless when it comes to reptiles.
Okay.
Go.
This is Jay.
His enthusiasm for reptiles is balanced with careful training and practical knowledge passed on by head reptile keeper Josh, just to make sure he doesn't get bitten on the lip.
I really want to feed a crocodile, but I'm very excited because today I get to start training. Monty! Monty, come on, Monty! Monty!
Monty is one of the zoo's largest crocs.
Monty, come on, Monty!
He was raised here, starting out at just 3 feet long.
Come on, Monty, where are you?
Robert.
Monty!
Robert.
Yeah?
What do you say we start out with something a little bit smaller?
A little bit smaller? Okay.
All right, cool, let's do it.
Great.
Okay, Robert, we're going to start with an alligator, okay?
Great.
So he's
Cool.
about this big, and his name's Punter. So what we'll do, we'll grab this bucket here, we'll go to the edge of the pond, we'll give it a couple of taps, and that'll focus him in so he knows who's going to be feeding him exactly. All right, Robert, I think we're ready to give this a shot, huh?
Good, okay.
All right, we'll give Dave the signal. Good, Dave.
Awesome.
It's up to you.
So once
As
he's
soon
in-
as he's in the water, now you can walk up to the edge, give it a couple taps. There you go. You
Yep.
put the bucket behind you now.
Behind.
Yep. And there you go. Just get him lined up. He's focused in on you now.
Here he comes.
Look at the power. He's really putting it on.
Yeah.
He's focusing in. Look at those eyes.
Oh, wow.
Boy, this makes me nervous, huh? Are you nervous?
Yeah, so nervous.
He's getting ready for the strike.
Okay, here he comes. Oh,
Gonna
here
put
he
it on
comes.
as soon as he comes in. Get ready for that
Great.
food.
There you go, mate.
Oh, beautiful. That's perfect. Great.
Got him, yeah, great.
That was great. Just watch out when you come around him that
Around
he's still
him.
sort of in food mode, so just watch yourself. Beautiful. Nice and gentle.
Up.
Turn around
Great.
this way. It's great, huh? And I'll take it
Oh,
from there.
there we go.
Great job. That was
That was
awesome.
awesome.
If we do it just like that in the show, it'll be great.
Oh, awesome. Well, is it Monty next?
Let's do the alligator a few more times, and we'll
Okay.
work our way up to Monty.
Great.
You got to remember, though, even though this guy's a little dude, he can still give you a real nasty nip. So always got to make sure our fingers are well out of the way. But you were spot on.
Thanks, it was really fun too.
Cool.
Australia Zoo vets are experienced in handling all kinds of wildlife, but snakes, especially venomous snakes, need caution. Dr. Amber has called on snake expert Toby to give her a hand.
Hey, Toby. How you going?
Good, self.
Good. Got a little present for you. Okay. It's not triple
Snaky.
chocolate ice cream. It's potential venomous snake. So
Okay, no
the
worries.
lady whose cat brought it in thinks it might be a white-crowned snake from what she's ID'd off the internet. But obviously not being a qualified IDer, I think I'd rather you have a look
We'll just
at it.
treat it as if it is venomous.
In Australia, even the smallest snakes can give a deadly bite, and Toby has no way of knowing how dangerous this snake might be.
You want me to tube him up now?
Yeah, he's just, because he was attacked by a cat, so I just want to make sure he hasn't got any punctures.
No worries.
I mean, he's looking nice and sprightly, but you never know. So Toby's just going to get him into this clear Perspex tube, and by doing that, it means that his head is restrained without actually having to hold the head. It means we're safe from being bitten, and he's safe from being injured by having, you know, big fingers around the back of his head. So now that he's restrained, we can actually go and have a good look at him. Okay, let's have a look at him.
He's a dwarf crown snake. So he is he or she is a venomous snake, but only mildly.
So he has got quite a deep puncture there. I mean, for a snake this small, it could be quite a serious injury. There's a puncture that's gone straight through the muscles, and underneath the muscles in this area is the esophagus and the heart. So there is a risk that you can lacerate quite major arteries and veins, and even the heart itself in that area. Might give him a little bit of anaesthetic, Toby, just to slow him down a bit.
Amber has now examined, cleaned and treated the wound, and things are now looking promising.
So what do you think his chances are of making a recovery?
Yeah, I would say pretty good, actually.
Yeah?
Yep, definitely.
He looks nice and bright.
you know, they're only small punctures. His head's not damaged, his spine appears to be fine. So as long as there's no internal injuries that we can't really assess, he should be fine for release, I would say, within a week to 2 weeks.
Yep.
Next, will Carol the sea turtle survive the amputation operation? This unassuming building is the reptile house, or affectionately called the snake shed. It houses the snakes that are taking some time out from being on display. Comfortably residing in these drawers are some of the most beautiful, non-venomous, and some of the deadliest snakes in the zoo. And they're all hungry.
Okay, Robert, we're here in the reptile house. And part of your training is to feed the boa constrictors that we have here.
Oh, that's going to be so exciting. I've been looking forward to it for a very long time.
It's going to be great, huh?
Yeah.
Well, let's get into it and give it a go.
Cool.
Cool.
Snakes don't feed during the colder months, needing heat to digest their food. After a long and cold winter, these boa constrictors are ready for their first feed. And for Robert, this will be a first too. It's all part of his training.
Okay. So it starts with these forceps. We'll put the rat in towards the boa, and you got to be really careful because they'll strike and they'll just go wham! Really, really fast and grab the rat out of the tongs. So we always want to make sure we know where the animal is. That's why we've got these viewing areas before we open it up, because we don't want our hands to be over the edge, because that'll be a bad day.
Yes.
You ready to go?
Ready to go.
Here we go.
So just over.
Yep. See, he's already coming over.
So just here.
Yep, exactly. And just let him come up to it. You can put it a little closer to his nose.
Whoa.
There you go. Perfect.
I jumped.
I know.
Yeah, it's like...
It's that quick, isn't it?
That's amazing.
See, he's going to constrict it anyway.
Whoa. Awesome.
Want to try this guy too?
Yeah.
Of course, the rats are humanely euthanized before they're fed to the snakes.
Yeah,
Are you
great.
ready? Get a good grip on him again. Now, same thing, just put it just right over the edge.
Over here.
Yep, and just wait for him to sort of, there, he's already onto it. You could take it, lean your arm down a little bit closer, wiggle it a tiny bit. There, he's sort of onto it now. Can you drop it a tiny bit?
Yep. Whoa.
Oh. Oh, that even got me to flinch on that one.
Oh,
How good was that?
that was awesome. It's amazing because they'll grab it and then they'll constrict it immediately. Squeeze all the air out and sort of suffocate it. And they can disarticulate their jaw in 6 different places, right? To swallow big food items.
Yeah, they're really
Yeah,
specialized.
it's amazing.
So, Robert, why do you like reptiles so much?
I really like them because there's all different kinds, and I think every single one has a different sort of way of hunting, and I like them because they're just like dinosaurs as well. Yeah.
Oh, that's the same reason why I love reptiles.
Yeah.
And look at that strike. That's the reason why we like reptiles.
Yeah.
At Australia Zoo Wildlife Hospital, the operation to remove the dead flipper from Carol, the green sea turtle, is underway.
They've got uniquely shaped joints and they make it quite difficult to remove.
The turtle was caught in the lines of a crab pot that slowly strangled the life from its flipper. The operation is a success. No longer burdened by the dead flipper and the drag of a crab pot, Carol will adapt quickly to the loss of a flipper and learn to swim straight. It's a great day for the Australia Zoo rescue crew and vets. Both of the large green sea turtles, Sam and Carol, have made a complete recovery and are to be released on the same day.
We've got a perfect day for a release today. Water's really calm, it's a beautiful sunny day, so I think it's going to go great. We couldn't hope for a better day.
Righto, everyone, we're clear of the river. It's all clear to go. Hang on, it's time to get there and let this turtle go.
First back to freedom is amputee Carol.
Well, 6 weeks ago, we rescued Carol here from a beach down in Scarborough. She was entangled in a crab pot. Unfortunately, her right foot has died. It's been amputated at the hospital. Carol's been fully rehabilitated. Now it's time to release her to the wild. So good luck, girl. Here we go. Look at her go.
Carol has adapted perfectly to her new swimming style.
It's a great habitat for turtles. Along the bank where we dropped him there, it's only in about 10 metres of water. There's good coral growth, good weed growth, and we often see turtles swimming around the island. So it's great to have something like this that's only 3 miles from the mouth of the river and 3 miles from the wharf, so we can come out and put them in a place that we know is a great recovery place for them.
After managing the recovery of the turtles, Dr. Claude has come along to witness her patients return home.
As vets, we usually work in the hospital and stay there. So to come out here and actually see him and going back in the wild, it's great. Here we go.
Now it's Sam's turn to return to the deep.
You got that?
Wait for the water to come back.
And a little push. Oh, nice. Well, he's definitely not floating anymore.
There it goes.
Oh, that's great to see him home. Let's go.
As part of Robert's training, he has hand-fed some very hungry boa constrictors, fed a small gator, and now a first. Robert, for the very first time, will feed freshwater crocodiles.
There's a few safety things we need to think about before we get in there. You're going to have a white bucket, and it's really important that you keep that food bucket in front of you at all times.
Just in case they jump up.
Exactly, and that's going to be your barrier between. And we also need to make sure that we are very aware of our surroundings as well. So we've got to make sure, exactly, we've got 12 animals in there, so you might have one coming from behind you, this side, so you always got to have eyes in the back of your head and have your head on a swivel so you know what's coming. The last thing is we've got to make sure that we don't have our back to the water because you never know what's coming from that area. So we've got to keep our focus at all times. Are you ready to do this?
Yeah, it's going to be awesome.
All right, let's do it. Yep. Robert, jump on in. Dave, just try and keep him right about where you are. And I'll give you your bucket, Robert. And we'll just make sure you could come out this. Yep, and I'm just going to keep my hand on you just in case we need to really move. Just bang your bucket a little bit. Remember, we got this dude coming. Don't go too much because you'll get everyone coming. Give him a piece, he's still keen. Let's see if we can get this one. Just give your bucket a bit of a tap. Yep, we got one coming here too. Yep, good. Keep your eyes rotating. Give it another little tap.
Another little tap?
Yep. Good one.
And once he's out.
And if we have to, we'll go straight back here. So wait till he stops. There you go. Perfect. Nice. Hit a jaw pop, huh? Got another one here.
And this guy here?
Yep, give him a little piece. Beautiful.
Freshwater crocodiles feed mainly on fish and crustaceans, but given an opportunity, they'll also eat birds, other reptiles and mammals.
And even just waving it, you don't really have to hit it on the ground too much. There you go. You get him all the way out.
This may be Robert's first show feeding the freshies, with Mum and Big Sister looking on.
Here's a turtle one.
But someone a little smaller is stealing the applause.
Watch him. He'll come all the way out and get it. See? Yeah. Lucky turtle.
Yeah.
Good one.
That was so funny. My dad never stopped learning about reptiles, like what was the best way to catch a croc and how to care for all animals. And I guess I'll never stop learning about animals as well. Josh, come on, what's next? Let's go, I want to do some more.